Hi, I'm Brian.
I'm Derica, and you're watching CS Brews.
And today we are having our wild cranberry wine. Now, what do I mean by wild cranberry wine? If you remember, and the video should be right about there and probably a link in the description, we bought some cranberry juice to make a wine a while back. It was actually the black currant black pepper wine. We put a little bit of cranberry juice in it. We had this big, huge honking thing of cranberry juice, poured off a little bit, and
Put the lid back on it and set it on the floor right over there.
I thought it was over there. But
Nope.
either way, it sat on the floor with some other stuff that was fermenting. And I guess it was what, like maybe 3 weeks later? Or 4 weeks? It was what, about 3, maybe 4 weeks later? I looked at it and the bottle looked puffed up. I was like, I don't think it's supposed to look like that. So, brought it over to the sink, opened it up, and we had a geyser. So I took a hydrometer reading on it. Because I'm like, I know what's happening here. It's fermenting. I tasted some. It tasted pretty good. Put the hydrometer in it, got a reading. I don't remember what it was. You'd have to watch the video. And then we let it go for like another, 6 weeks or so?
I think. I don't
And we
remember.
racked it. Now we bottled it. Well, that was June 24th of last year. By the way, if you hear something that sounds like bubbling, it is actually something boiling. It's the banana wine that's already been out, but that's the pot boiling right now. It overflowed on us once already. I think it's good. Anyway, so I'm gonna pour some of this. So yeah, 624.19. We don't really have an ABV for this because I don't have a starting gravity.
Because it was a wild fermentation that was an wild fermentation.
My estimation is probably somewhere in the 5 to 6% range. I don't expect it to be very high. So wine is kind of a... Is it a wine? Is it a cider? Hard to say. So we'll just go with it's the wild cranberry. All right? So, first things that I want to notice about this is it's pretty clear, okay? It doesn't have a strong color, but it does have a nice, it's a pinkish color, kind of a cranberry-ish color. I would have expected it to be a little bit more vibrant, but it's not quite. Just as an example, we have a cranberry wine that we made. Here's an actual cranberry wine. Now, I don't know how well you can see that. This has a lot more red. This is a little bit orange. Okay. Then, on to smell. I'm definitely getting the cranberry from it. It's got that sweet tart thing going on, the cranberry smell. As you can tell, this is half a bottle, so we have drank some of this.
Yes, it's very cranberry.
Yeah. I already have an opinion on this, and I'll give it a minute.
The odor is 100% almost cranberry.
Yeah, very cranberry.
100% almost.
100%. It's almost approximately. Now, this is a still wine, meaning it's not carbonated. My initial instinct on this, I'm not a huge fan. It's okay. I had some, what was it, last week or a couple weeks ago? And I couldn't finish the glass. I gave it to her, which happens frequently with wine, I will admit.
If you are familiar with unsweetened cranberry juice, you will know it's incredibly tart. This comes through in this version of the cranberry wine. The sweetness is gone
It's a little more dry.
it's been fermented out, and you're just left with that tart, sharp cranberry note.
But that's not even really my issue with it, because I can handle that. My issue is that it almost tastes like watery. Like, it tastes like we watered it down.
This could have used with some tannins, I think, if it
Yeah,
had
it's just-
some tea.
there's nothing to it.
Or
It's
something in it so it would have more of a mouthfeel.
Yeah.
I think it would be more pleasant for Brian.
It's all yours.
For me, I love everything cranberry, so
I mean, to me, this is a really neat experiment that just kind of happened. This is an accidental wine. We never meant to ferment it, so it is a total wild fermentation. And if it happened again, it could taste completely different with a different yeast or whatever. It's not bad, don't get me wrong, but it's not something that I would prefer to drink.
because it has that tartness to it, the things I would pair this with are probably a little interesting. I would actually pair this with dark chocolate because dark chocolate has that bitter note, and I think the bitterness and the sharpness and the tartness of the cranberry paired with the dark chocolate would make the dark chocolate seem more sweet, perhaps.
Now, I, on the other hand, would pair this with anything. Like, literally anything. You want to know why? The second I take a sip of it, I'm going to hand it to her. Therefore, it doesn't even matter anymore.
I would also pair it with a rich tomato sauce because the tomato sauce sometimes has an acidiness, and the tartness of the cranberry would make the tomato sauce appear more sweet, which would be pleasant. I would also pair this with a red meat, like a nice steak. Not well done, sorry. I don't do that.
That's called burnt.
Because I think the sharpness of the wine would enhance the flavor profile naturally inherent
Cut
in the
through the
steak.
fattiness of the steak and the richness.
Yeah.
Okay. Being that this was a natural fermentation, we do have a video that I linked to, but we don't have a making of because we didn't actually make it. So I can't actually link to that, and we can't really reproduce it. However, we might make a cranberry wine on purpose, like the one that I showed you, because that one is good, and I really, really like that one. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.
Bye bye.